আপনারা দেখছেন ILFL Soccer Night.
Welcome back. You're live on the ILFL Soccer Night Show with me, David Joseph. Good evening. What I didn't mention at the beginning is that we have 3 live cup draws for you. That's right, 3 live cup draws, so you know what you can look forward to in the new year. And the first one that we're going to do is the ILFL Challenge Cup semi-final. 4 teams battling it out for one of those trophies to put on their mantelpiece or in their glass cabinet at the end of the season. We saw the fixtures for those take place just a couple of weeks ago. And now, if I can ask Hasnat and Salam to stand up behind our cup draw hat that is making another appearance again this season. They're going to pull the teams out independently, randomly. Home team's going to pull by Salam, and Hasnat's going to pull the away team. So if you're one of those 4 teams, good luck. You know who you want to be playing against, so let's see how it turns out. Salam, shall we have the first team out of the hat, please?
All the best to all the teams. So home team first, SCTA.
SCTA, one of the teams looking like they may have one hand on the trophy. Let's see who they get, though.
SCTA will be facing Burdett FC.
Burdett FC, who have done very well to get there and deserve their place in the semi-finals, and no doubt will be giving their all to make it to the final. So it just stands to go with the formalities and read out the names of the teams in the second semi-final.
Weavers FC.
Weavers, again, another impressive performance to get themselves into the semi-final of the Cup. This will be their Cup final, I am sure, because now they are up against...
As we expect, Reach Out.
Reach Out, one of the standout teams of the league so far. There it is for you. Simple in a nutshell, and it's done. And we have our Challenge Cup semi-final draw as it is here on the screen for you now. There it is, ILFL Challenge Cup semi-final to be played on the 18th of January. That's the 18th of January. SCTA versus Burdett FC and Weavers FC versus Reach Out. Good luck to all 4 teams as you take part in that semi-final. Nanu, anything you want to say very quickly?
It's not too difficult to see. You've got SCTA and Burdett. I go by the stats. You know me, David. SCTA, I've always had 5 or 6 goals margin difference cushion, against Burdett. So I reckon they will go through easily. Reach Out, new team, fantastic start. I think they're going to do really well. I'm not going to take anything away from Weavers. They've done so well in the cup games, but they're not doing so well in the actual division itself. So I say SCTA is going to go through, and so will Reach Out.
It's the cup final that most people predicted, and for you football purists, it's the one that everybody wants to see. But let's see what happens. Cup games are cup games, and anything can happen. Good luck to you 4 teams. We move on to the not to the Interleague, the League Cup, I should say. The League Cup, we've got the draw for that coming up right now as well. Boys, are you ready for that one as well?
So first home team coming up, Leytonstone.
Leytonstone. Well done to Leytonstone, having a bit of a hit and miss season, but they're into the quarter-final of a cup tournament, so let's see if they can go further. They will be playing...
David, they're going to be playing Stepney.
Stepney. All-conquering, undefeated, unbeaten this season in all competitions. That's a tough one to Leytonstone. The next tie.
The next home team is Bow.
Bow FC, I've been very impressed with Bow this season. They're a team that are capable of upsetting anybody and could go all the way in this tournament. They're going to be up against...
Bow are going to be playing West End FC.
West End, that's a good game to come. West End will fancy their chances But like I said, up against a Bow team who fear nobody and can upset the apple cart, you never know. The final tie is
Final ties. Beaumont Youth.
Beaumont Youth did well in beating Reach Out in one of the 2 head-to-head games they had in the Cup tournament. This one being one of them. They are now up against
The London Tigers.
the London Tigers. They've got another huge game for them coming up. So, well done. Thank you very much, gentlemen. There it is. The ILFL League Cup sponsored by Tower Hamlets Home. The quarter-final draw looks like this. It's Leytonstone versus Stepney, Bow versus West End FC, and Beaumont Youth versus London Tigers. Hasnat, I'll go down the road and look to you. Pick the bones out of that one.
Well, Beaumont Youth, they've had a tough run, and they've done well to get this far, because in the last round they knocked out Reach Out. But now they're up against London Tigers, and London Tigers sitting top of the Premier Division. So that's going to be a pretty tough one for Beaumont Youth, I have to say.
It's a tough ask for them. But let's see. Bow versus West End FC, Nanu, another mismatch?
Yeah, another mismatch, I would say. Bow will have a really tough time. I mean, Western are not the type of team that will come down with the Christmas decoration. They don't come down. I mean, they're up there now, and they will. I think they will be really successful. With Bow, is a huge margin.
And cameras to complete. It's Stepney versus Leytonstone. We've got the 3 contenders for the Premier Division title going up against lesser opponents. So can we see any form of an upset there at all?
Well, Leytonstone aren't doing too well in the league, as we know. So I think, you know, if they want to show their caliber and they want to tell people that they can play football, this is their chance. And if I know Munaf, I'm sure he'll come prepared and ready for that game. Stepney, we know what they're about, sitting top of the table, joint with Tigers at the moment. They'll come out as an awesome form, but Leytonstone, I think, will give them a game. They'll definitely do better than they're doing in the league, definitely.
Excellent. And just to reiterate something, if you could just explain to those who are watching now how the quarter-final draws will then become semi-final ties.
Difficult one, that, isn't it, David?
Shall we do that in another show?
I think the best way is to put a best loser through, really, because, you know, unless you want to put SCTA through from the previous round,
Can get
in which
promoted
case
from
we'll
going
make it
up.
a four-horse race.
And
Make
we'll
it a
draw
four-horse
from the
race.
other teams that didn't make it.
Cameras, you have to remember, it's the best loser, not the sorest loser.
Good answer, Hasna. Well, whoever you are and whichever cup tournament you're taking place in, the ILFL League Cup quarterfinal will take place on the 11th of January. That's a week before the Challenge Cup semi-final, which will take place on the 18th. So good luck to the 10 teams that are taking part in those tournaments. Don't forget, we've got the Interleague Champions Cup draw to come in the next section of the show. But now, we're going to turn our attention to something a little bit different, and I'm going to welcome Salam to the show. Welcome, sir. And you're here to talk about something a little bit different. So now the show is yours, and you can cast your appeal out to the massive.
So this is something different. I'm representing Bromley Barbell Community Organisation. I'm a trustee from a voluntary organisation. It's led by volunteers. Recently, we've been shortlisted to win a minibus for the organisation out of hundreds of applicants across the United Kingdom. We've been shortlisted to the final 3. All 3 are, hands up, worthy causes, but this is my plea for you to vote Bromley Barbell Community Organisation. It's scrolling down at the bottom, as you can see it. It takes a few seconds. It's www.axisfoundation.org/minibus, and if you go right at the bottom of the page, you can select Bromley Barbell. Basically, Bromley Barbell Community Organisation, we have a lot of projects going on at the moment. 4 of our sporting projects obviously participates with the ILFL and other footballing leagues. Other than that, we've got elderly luncheon club. We've got mental health illnesses courses and projects going through. One of which is Discover London, which helps out elderly ladies who haven't, gone out in the community, so we take them around London to see the different sites, educate them about the United Kingdom and the sightseeing places. Also, we've got loads of youth projects going on. We've got 2 youth groups, a ladies group and a girls group, which can benefit from the minibus as well. It's tackling the youngsters who to participate in a bit more social inclusion. So where they don't like sports, sporting activities, or any kind of other projects that we do, we want to use the minibus to take them out their comfort zone. Some of these youngsters are hard hit by obviously drug and alcohol abuse. So it's us giving them that chance, taking them outside their comfort zone and taking them to workshop and residentials to benefit and give them better life skills as well. So we're the only organisation in Tower Hamlets in London against another 2 organisations. So it only takes a few seconds. So this is my plea. Go onto the website www.axisfoundation.org/minibus and vote for a Bromley Barbell community organisation.
Excellent, well done. That's a great pitch. And when does it all close?
It closes at midnight, January 9th. At the moment in the polls, we are tracking slightly behind, but this is where I've come on here asking for your help and support. Obviously, being the only organisation in Tower Hamlets, and mainly the football is based in Tower Hamlets, I'm expecting all the other organisations to chip in and give us support so we can unite and make use of this minibus. And obviously we partner up with different organisations in and around Bromley by Bow, so it's not our benefit, it's a multi-use kind of vehicle.
Absolutely.
Delivering different projects
it's
across
a community thing.
So
we're appealing as a football family, and we know as a football family you're quite generous in your support, so if you can, help us out, help Bromley by Bow out. What they're doing there is a worthy cause. It is a community project, and it will be for community use. If they can get this, it would be great and enable them to branch out and expand their service now. So get behind them. Like we said, it's only going to take a few seconds for you to cast your vote, and you can then extend it further afield. It won't, not just for the football family, but your own immediate family as well, an extended family. Get them in on the vote. There's a couple of weeks still left to vote, and let's see if we can put Bromley by Bow and Tower Hamlets at large at the top of the pile for that. Cameras, we should be seen to be supporting our local teams, our local community projects.
Absolutely. I mean, we know BCO as Bromley because obviously that's the footballing side of things. But as Salam has just pointed out, they do some fantastic work. They really do a lot. People like Salam and Khalid from our foundation, ILFL, they put in an immense amount of hours in there to make things work. They've taken the Bromley by Bow area by storm. Yeah, they've got everybody off the streets. They've got men, women, children, boys, girls, all doing something, sports, education, interest, whatever it is. So I think, as a footballing family, like you said, but also as the greater community of Tower Hamlets, we all need to get involved and help out. I mean, I forwarded the messages to, my contacts, my family and friends, and everyone's voting. 5 seconds is what it takes. As long as you have the link, you click on it, you go to vote, and you tick Bromley, and then, where you go. It's 5 seconds. It really is that simple. So please,
just to highlight, football was about 3 years ago, it was probably about 70% of our project. And now this time, about 3 years afterwards, it's only 15% of what we do in Bromley by Bow. So we've got from ages 8 to 75, we're catering for the community, regardless of age, gender, religion. The demographics of Bromley by Bow has changed because of the Olympics as well. So we're attracting a lot of people, but we need this minibus to build our capacity and grow again and deliver a detached youth service or an elderly kind of luncheon club across the borough as well.
Thanks very much for coming.
Thank you, David. Thank you for the opportunity.
And pitching your plea. Like we said, support Bromley by Bow and get involved. Like I said, it takes 5 seconds. We've all done it. Why don't you? Stick around. We're going to take a short break and we're going to come back with the Interleague Champions Cup draw and a little bit more chat and news about the Veterans League. Stick around. We'll be back after this short break.
আপনারা দেখছেন ILFL Soccer Night।